Hello, friends. Pastor Dave here for our daily devotional on this Saturday. It's good to be with you. I'm looking forward to being with many of you in person, but if you can't join us in person tomorrow, join us at 10 o'clock here on Facebook, and you can be with us in our worship time. And against my better judgment, I'm going to tell you that I'm not preaching. That doesn't mean you should take the Sunday off. That means that we have something special planned. My brother-in-law, Tom, is going to be talking about his recent trip to Argentina, where he met with many of the brethren churches in Argentina. And I think you'll be interested to know what's happening with our global partners in this country of Argentina. We have a very large brethren church in Argentina, and I think that you'll be interested to hear what's going on. So please join us. And today I wanted to go to Deuteronomy and talk about why is it that God wants us to seek Him? Couldn't He make it easier? Let's talk about that on something deeper. I saw an interview with Richard Dawkins, the biologist and atheist, and he was asked, what if you're wrong and you die and go to be with God and you're standing in front of Him and God said, Richard, I did all these good things for you. Why didn't you believe in me? And Dawkins answered, I suppose I'll say, why did you make it so hard to find you? This theological question is called the hiddenness of God. God could remove all doubt about His existence, right? I mean, we see a lot of signs of God from His creation, but He could show up. He could come to this earth and He could show off all of His power. Even when Jesus came to earth, God incarnate, He came as one of us. And as Isaiah 53 prophesied, there was nothing about Him that we should desire Him. There was nothing that was different that would very clearly set Him off as something superhuman. And so why doesn't God do this? And I think the answer lies in what I'd want to call the rich man's dilemma. Somebody who is rich or somebody who has great privileges has a problem. And that is, how do they know if people want a relationship with them because they like them or because they like what they can do for them? If you have a few $1 billion and somebody shows up on your doorstep and says, I just wanted to introduce myself and just wanted to know if you'd like to be friends, you'd have to start thinking, are they here because they know I can make their life better with my money? And I think God has that problem. God can do anything for us. And so the temptation is for us to have a relationship with God just for what we can get out of Him. But that's the problem. God wants a relationship with us. He wants us to love Him, not to love ourselves and want what we can get from Him. It's like a husband who's very rich doesn't want a wife who just wants him for his money. And there's even been some parable stories, some fables that tell of somebody who would hide their riches and wealth in order to have a relationship that wasn't based on that. So I think it would be too easy for us to love God for what we can get out of Him rather than to love God if He were too easy to find. If there was no doubt about God's existence, then everyone would have to worship Him. The Bible does say one day every knee will bow and every tongue confess to the glory of God the Father. One day there won't be any choice. But in the meantime, God wants us to come to Him out of love, not out of self-interest, self-protection, not out of fear, but out of love. Deuteronomy 4 talks about all the commands of God and how we need to teach them to our children and grandchildren and so on and so forth. And then it has a warning in it. And God says, if you don't, if your grandchildren don't follow me, then I'm going to scatter you among the nations, and you're going to die there, and only a remnant will be saved. He says in verse 28 of Deuteronomy 4, there you will worship man-made gods of wood and stone, which cannot see or eat or smell or hear. But then in verse 29 he says, but if from there you seek the Lord your God, you will find him if you seek him with all your heart and with all your soul. Why does God care how we seek him? Because God wants us to come to him in relationship. He loves us, and the only way our life makes sense and works out is when we love him in return. But if God messes that up by just, appearing and giving us all the blessings that we would ever ask for, he spoils us. He doesn't allow us to come to him out of love instead of self-interest. I think what this shows is that God will take a place in your life if you seek him with all your heart. But he won't take a second place. You can only have one God. And whatever is most important to you is your God. Is God in heaven the most important thing in your life? That's kind of a high standard. And I don't know that I could always say easily, oh yes. But that's what he should be. He should be most important to me and most important to you as well. And maybe part of life is learning to value him the way he should be valued more and more as time goes on. Let's grow in him. Let's seek him with all our hearts, with all our souls. Let's say anything, God, to know you better. That's the greatest thing. Let's pray. Thank you, Father, for this wonderful promise. And Father, for this high standard to seek you with all our hearts. Father, I pray that you would help us to be undivided in our loyalty to you. In the name of Christ we pray. Amen. Well, God bless you. I love you all. Take care and hope to see you tomorrow.